Hi there, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Hangout today. It's going to be a pretty quick hangout like the ones that we always do in the afternoon because I have my message in mind that I want to deliver, and I know that everybody has some things to do later on today, so I want to make this a quick hangout, but I want to at least spend a little bit of time with you guys today. Alright, so I'm so excited to be delivering this stuff to you guys today because yesterday I went to go see The Hunger Games, as I told a lot of you. I was excited about it, and I knew it was going to be the second to last movie, so I wanted to check it out, see what happened, and everything like that. Overall, it was a great experience. It snowed a little bit too much, a little bit more than I would have liked, but besides that, it was a really awesome movie, great experience. We went to this really nice movie theater, so it was a really good environment to see it in. We got to lay our seat back and everything like that, so it was fun. But I think a lot of you have actually seen one of the Hunger Games movies, or read the book or something like that. And a lot of it's just kind of this preteen thing. It's very popular, but like a lot of movies, a lot of novels, there's some underlying messages there. And there are things that we can apply to our life that will maybe get us out of a little rut that we're in, or that will inspire us to try something new, or just give us a nice little distraction from whatever we're going through at the time. So I find that a lot in movies and things like that. But with Hunger Games, I wasn't really anticipating too much because I saw the other movies. They were nice, a lot of people fighting and things like that. But I wasn't expecting too much. I knew it was going to be a good time with my friends, but besides that, I wasn't really expecting too much. But I did want to see the movie. So I think about maybe a little bit less than a third of the way in, I really started to get into it and everything like that. And today I'm going to share with you a couple of themes that I noticed in the movie, like underlying themes. There were a lot of them, but I think these are the two most central themes to the movie, but there were a lot of other things going on, and a lot of I say underlying messages and things like that you could have picked up on as well. I know I did, but today, as I said, we're going to keep this fairly short, and I'm going to share with you a couple of the things I picked up on. But before I do that, I know that a lot of you know me, know who I am, and everything like that, but for those of you that are new to the call, I want to just give you a little bit of my story. And again, my name is Sharday Spencer. I'm actually from Ohio, so it's fairly chilly up here right now, but the heat's on, and it's okay. We got our first batch of snow over the last week or so. Not nearly as bad as New York or anything like that, but a lot of lake effect weather, and mid-November it's in the late teens as far as the temperature, so would prefer that not to happen, but it's Ohio, so what can you expect, right? What can you expect? But I got into the internet business about 3 years ago, right after I graduated from college, because I was seeing a lot of my friends and people that I cared about. They were graduating and getting into entry-level positions, and a lot of them, though, they were applying to position after position after position, only to never hear back, to not get a second interview or anything like that, and it was a real hassle for my friends. So I didn't like to see that, and it hurt me to see all these qualified people struggling to get a job just because we don't have as much experience as, someone else. But we have all the qualifications, we have the burning desire to succeed and to make somebody's company a better company. And just seeing this, and seeing my friends getting, jobs they probably could have gotten in high school and things like that, it was discouraging to me. And I knew that I didn't want to do that. I knew that there had to be a better way for me to make income, for me to succeed, for me to provide for my family, to do the things that I wanted to do, to finance my dreams. I knew there had to be a better way to do that. So I started to look into that because there just had to be something else, something that I hadn't thought of before. And so I went online and I started looking into things, and what I found is that there was a better way, and that I could work from my home, I could work from my laptop, and I could slowly but surely start to make an income and really start to provide for myself the things that I really wanted, to help my mother, and just to kind of pay back because of all the things that she'd done for me when I was growing up, and all the sacrifices that she made when I was growing up and everything like that. So now I'm able to provide for my loved ones and to take the stress off a lot of people that are in my life because of what I learned a couple years ago and what I applied and the success that I've had using the internet to have a business. So I'm really blessed to be able to do that, and I wouldn't change a thing because, a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I found this secret or something, right? And things switch for me overnight. That's not what I'm saying, because that's not what happens. You become, say your goal is to earn $1 million. Okay, you become a millionaire in your mind about 12 to 18 months before you actually attain the income. Okay, it's not something that happens overnight. You have to become the person that earns that money. Okay, it doesn't just happen, it doesn't just fall out of the sky or anything like that, because results are not typical. But if you apply what you learn and you really work on yourself, you work on your heart, you work on your motivation, you work on your mindset, then you can achieve whatever it is that drives you. You can make your dreams a reality. Okay, so that's what I've learned over the last couple of years doing this little internet thing, right? And a lot of you are already involved with what I have going on, and if you're not, I challenge you to get back to the person that invited you to this video, that invited you to this call, and get started, because there's no time like the present. We're getting into the last month of 2014, so you want to position yourself very well for 2015 to really truly achieve your dreams. You don't want to let another year go by where you don't take action. Okay, so you want to get back to the person that invited you to this video and get started. That's it. Okay, so let's get back to the Hunger Games, right? So I went there, I was just enjoying my little beverage that the theater allows you to drink, because it's actually a pretty nice theater. So I was sitting back there and with my friends and everything, and like I said, about a third of the way through the movie, I started really getting into this, like, okay, there's a lot of things going on here, and they could be worthwhile if you kind of really think about it. Okay, so one of the first themes I think that just jumps out at you because of the way the second film ended, and obviously the way the third film started. So one of the main themes that I saw, like pretty early in the film, was kind of a revolution, an uprising against a known wrong, against something that people know in their heart isn't right. Okay, they might not be able to speak upon it, they might not even really consciously know, but somewhere deep down they know that this isn't how things need to be going, this isn't the way I need to be living, anything like that. Okay, this uprising kind of happened because of the way that the people in the districts have been treated over the last X amount of years. Okay, and over time people become complacent or acceptant of what is happening. Okay, they just say, well, this is how it is, and what can I do to change it, or how can I change it, how do I even begin? And how many times in life have you felt that? How many times in life have you been like, well, what's the point of trying? Or how do I actually change this? I have no idea where to even start. It's such a big task. It's such a big undertaking. I don't even know how to begin, right? How many times have we thought that? I don't know how many times that I've actually had that type of thought cross my mind. And one of the ways that really helped me to put down that type of mindset is working on myself. Consistent self-development, personal development, things like that. But if back in high school when I was playing basketball, or back in college when I was playing basketball, either or, we were going up against a really big competitor, okay, somebody in our conference or something like that. And sometimes I must admit that I let my mind slip into, well, how are we going to beat these guys? How are we going to win this game or prepare for these, this conference or division game that is a really, really big game. But it'd be very overwhelming, and it would be a little bit cumbersome for me to think of how this is possible, like how we can actually win this, because sometimes, I'll admit it, we were the underdog, and sometimes things didn't seem very good for us. They didn't seem very plausible for us to advance far into the tournament or anything like that. And so it can be cumbersome. But what you have to do is you have to really hold tight to the people. Like what I did, I really worked hard with my team. I prepared, I studied, I knew the competitors inside and out. And by doing that, by really streaming together and really deciding that you're gonna do this and that you can do this and it's possible, then you can succeed and you can go farther than you ever thought that you could. And that's the beautiful thing. So, I've had a lot of times where I was like, well, why do we even try or anything like that? And with basketball in particular, the proof was in the pudding for us, because my sophomore year, we actually made it to the NCAA tournament. And, that didn't come from, oh, how can we do this? Or it's such a big task. Like, why even try? No. We got out there. We did what we needed to do. We made it happen, and we showed up with all of our heart, with all of our emotion, with all of our preparedness. The months that we used to lift, to condition our minds and our bodies, we showed up. And it proved very well for us. We made it to the NCAA tournament, and it was an amazing, amazing season. Okay? So, one of the themes, as I said, in the Hunger Games was just a revolution, just an uprising. Because how many things in our life do we just accept? Or that we are like, well, I don't really know how to go about this, how to change this. But you know that this is not the way things are supposed to be. I knew that my mom, just stressing out, just, being so boggled down by work, by her boss that didn't appreciate the quality of work that she did, that she didn't appreciate her doing her job well, having amazing connections with her coworkers, not causing drama at work, not talking behind people's backs, or, being that person on staff that other people would be probably a little bit more happy if they weren't on staff. Nothing like that. An uplifting member of the staff. Okay? And I knew she wasn't getting the recognition that she deserved, that she desired, that she needed in order to continue in this job. And I knew that just the struggle that she was experiencing wasn't right. It wasn't how things needed to be. So I took it upon myself. Because sometimes I admit my mother didn't see like a way out besides retiring and everything like that. But didn't see how possible it was to live a life of freedom, of just success, of traveling, because I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to be able to eat. It wasn't even about, oh, getting a ton of flashy cars and a huge house and 3 other properties across the world. It wasn't about that flashy stuff, or being able to spend X, Y, or Z every day because I can. It was about getting quality foods into my body, okay? Quality foods. Not just going to Save a Lot or something, or Aldi, and buying what you can, but going to quality places, organic stuff even, being able to juice, because I love to juice. I must admit that I have a little bit of a fixation about it, but I juice like once a day. And being able to put those vegetables and fruits and nutrients into my body in a way that I wasn't before, because I wasn't eating, all these vegetables that I needed to eat. I wasn't getting quality meats, lean meats, and everything like that into my household. I wasn't, because I couldn't afford it, okay? But the success that I'm talking about is being able to really, truly put what your body needs into your body. Not the junk, not the crap, but the stuff that's going to make you alert, energetic, and happy, okay? That's going to really benefit your body, not boggle it down, okay? That's what success is to me. Being on amazing beaches and seeing the sights and seeing gorgeous sunsets and sunrises and nature, and beautiful lakes and rivers. That's what success is to me, okay? Being able to purchase, items and clothes and comfortable things for me. Not just wearing things that I had 7 years ago. I mean, because, I stopped growing a while ago, so I can kind of still wear things that I wore a while ago. So, yeah. But being able to buy things that are comfortable to me, that fit, that make me feel good, when I'm out in the world, walking around, I'm comfortable. Not stuff that I gotta suck the belly in a little bit and wiggle around to fit into, right? I wanted to be able to buy that stuff. And that's simple. That's not, oh yeah, I want to drive a Mercedes, a BMW, and a Maserati tomorrow, and then I'll probably, rent this other car later. Not that type of stuff. Not that superficial stuff, but all that stuff's well and good. If that's what you want, if that's what drives you, you want to have 4 cars or a car for every day of the week, that's what motivates you, by all means, my friend, go after it. But what motivated me was putting stuff into my body that I knew that I needed, that it was making me sad that I wasn't able to give myself, to give my family, okay? That made me sad, because in college I was a sports science major, personal trainer, so I knew what this stuff was about, what these exercises to help your body, what they were about, what the nutrition, how you're supposed to do this. I knew what that stuff was. So by knowing, having the knowledge, and not being able to take action on it, whew, it hurt me. And it was really challenging, stressful for me. Because my mom, she wasn't into all that. She didn't know all about the food and stuff, but I did. And so when we were bringing in crappy food into our house, I couldn't take it. So one of the reasons I wanted to succeed was to be able to afford this quality food, okay? So I want to ask you, what is the wrong? What is the maybe suppressing factor in your life that is not the way things are supposed to be going? That this person isn't treating you the way that you want, or that you should be treated. This boss isn't. Something that's happening in your life, or some type of emotional factor that is happening that is wrong, because you can do better, you deserve better, that you can show up better in life. I want to ask you what that is for you, because I've told you a couple of things that I knew just didn't sit well with me, that were a cause of me not showing up fully in life that I could get out of if I learned how to succeed, and to really provide for myself, to be an entrepreneur, to be my own boss. I could end that. I could end that wrong. I could put that wrong out of my life. What are those things for you? Okay? So, I want you to write that stuff down. I want you to take a moment and write that down. Whatever that wrong is for you, whatever you know you need to change and you're going to change. Okay? Write that down. I'm going to just grab a sip of water really quickly. Because as I said, the heat's on, it's a little hot. But I'm just going to get a little bit of water. And then we'll come back, talk about the second theme. Alright? So just take a little bit of time and write down whatever that is for you that you know is wrong. A wrong in your life. Something that, as I said, doesn't sit well with you. Alright? Alright. So, now we're on to our second theme of the day from the Hunger Games. And as I said, there's a ton of themes or a ton of underlying messages from the movie I think you can pull from if you just watch the movie. I didn't want to do too much spoiling, right? Because I hate when people do that for me. When it's a show I like to watch or a movie that I'm watching currently or something and people just say way too much and then I know what's happening at the end, right? And just blows the whole movie. That's never fun. Never. Right? So I don't want to do that for you guys because I care too much about you guys, right? So, the second theme of the movie, one of the main themes, I believe, now I can be wrong, if you think that there's another theme that I missed or another vital theme I missed, just message me or you can actually comment below, but it's up to you however you want to do that. Alright, so the second theme is unity, okay? Because it was about unifying the districts because they knew that with all the districts together, they were stronger together than they were separately. They knew that they needed all of the districts, not just one, not just two, not just 80% of them. They needed them all if they were going to go up against this huge force that some may even think is an unconquerable force, which is the capital. Okay? So they knew that they needed everybody to bond together. Everybody. Okay? And that is powerful because I don't know how many times that I've seen this. I've seen this come to light doing just group projects, whether it be at work or at school, or seeing a team of mine, like an athletic team, track, basketball, okay, baseball, swimming, anything like that. I played a lot of sports or whatever. But probably for this example, probably the best example would be either basketball or track. Because with track, everybody that wins or places gets a point for your team. So if you just have one athlete or one or two athletes, you're not going to win. You're not even going to come close because you need your team to show up. You need everybody to contribute. You're stronger together than you are separately. Even if you have 2 All-Americans on your team, right? They can only do so much. They can only do so many events. So you need people. You need to bond together. And I think that track shows that powerfully. Because you need a decent amount of points to win. Like, depending on the track meet. 80 to 100 to 200 points to win the meet. Okay? And if you don't have that, if you don't have people present in all of the events, the field events, the running events, okay, then you're probably not going to win. Okay? You're not going to beat that force. You're not going to beat all the other teams in the field. Right? And then in basketball, I mean, obviously, 5 people on the court, but there's also the coach, the assistant coach, the people on the bench supporting the team, cheering them on, being there to pick them up when they fall, in the timeouts, patting them on the back, patting the people out there that are on the court and, bringing them a towel so that they can wipe their face, so they can regroup just a little bit. That's unity. That's being together. Okay? So, it's a really powerful concept. Even in just a mastermind, Because even just two people, you can many times produce better outcomes, stronger outcomes, outcomes that you never anticipated happening just by two people bonding together, just by two people deciding that, we have common interests, common goals. Let's work together and see how we can achieve this better, faster, and in different ways that we never imagined. Okay? So that's powerful. In a mastermind especially, there's so many ways in life that you can see that this principle is true. Unity is powerful. Okay? So I want you to think about how you can unify with someone for a common goal, a common interest. Okay? I want you to sit down and think about how you can do that, and in what circumstances in your life you need to do that. Okay? You need to, whether it's a workout partner so you can really finally be consistent with working out, or some type of diet. Even though I don't really diet, I just eat healthy. Maybe have one or two loose days or something like that a week where I eat ice cream because I love ice cream, especially Cold Stone ice cream. It's incredible. Or something like that. Or go out to eat and get something that's a little bit more higher in salt content or something like that. Something extremely tasty that I haven't had in a couple months or something like that. But overall, I just try to eat healthy. I don't really diet. But if you want to diet and you've been struggling to do that, then by all means, find somebody that is also trying to diet and that you can help and they can help you. And if you also, a lot of you are on this call because you're trying to succeed in business. You're trying to find a way where you can break free from your job, where you can be home more with your kids, where you can travel the world more. Maybe you haven't even really traveled. You haven't seen the things that you want to see. You haven't lived the life that you want to live yet. And you don't know exactly how to do that. You're not as financially free as you want to be. And you don't know how to make that happen. Well, let me tell you, my friend, we're stronger together than we are apart. Okay? So again, get back to the person that invited you to this video and get started. Because our team, let me tell you, we are united. Okay? We're united. We're there for each other. We have a great support team. We have valuable trainings that will help you get traffic to your business, get leads, and even get sales. Okay? We have trainings that help you improve your mindset. Okay? Which will help to uprise against those wrongs that you're experiencing, against those things that are holding you back, right? That we talked about earlier in the call. All right? So get back to the person that had the wherewithal, that cared about you enough to show you this video, and get started. Because once you do that, it's going to be a very fun ride. Okay? All you have to do is apply what you learn. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Okay? Don't just get started in and then never do anything. Okay? Take it step by step and apply what you learn. Okay? And that's how you uprise. That's how you create a revolution. Okay? That's how you leave those bad ways that you've been treated in the past. Those dreams that you never thought you were good enough to achieve. That's how you leave that stuff behind. That's how you leave those poor mindsets behind. By taking action. By getting started. By applying what you learn. Because, my friend, we're never too old, or it's never too late to get started. It's never late to go after your dreams. It's never late to unify with the people that will help you get there. Because when we're unified, we're the most powerful. And I think that The Hunger Games, the first movie of the two-part series, showed that. And it showed that we all need each other, that you need to unify with people, that will make you better, that will challenge you, that will get you to where you need to go, and you can help get them to where they need to go as well. Because there's no sense in going at this alone. Whatever your challenge is, whatever your hang-up is, no sense in going at it alone. Plug in to a community. Plug in to a mastermind. Or just find one other person, okay, that can help you get where you need to go. It's powerful. It's powerful. I could go on about this all day. But as I promised you, it was going to be a short call today. Alright? It's very powerful stuff though. So make sure, if you haven't already, that you figure out what wrong or what limiting belief you need to get rid of. You need to rise up against. Alright? Number 2, plug into a mastermind. Unify with someone that will help you get where you need to go. A community that will help you get where you need to go. Alright? And figure out exactly what that is, what drives you, what you want to get done, what's the most important thing you want to get done this year, and as we go into 2015. Alright? And number 3, find the person that sent you this video, that cared about you enough to put this video in your hands and get started. Because that's the only thing separating you from financial freedom, is taking action, making things happen in your life. Alright, my friend? And again, this is Sade Spencer. I want to thank you so much for being on this call with me. You guys are absolutely awesome. Make it a great rest of the day, and I'll speak with you very, very soon.